VCW Pro Wrestling begins with the first match in the Dirty Money Cup. In this tournament, our first two matches this evening will consist of tag team bouts. The tag teams were drawn at random from 8 of the top competitors here in VCW. The winning tag teams in each match will advance to the finals, which will be a 4-way match, where the first man to score a pinfall or submission will win the first Dirty Money Cup. Introducing the competitors for match 1. First, hailing from the burning heart of the DMV, Annapolis, Maryland, and weighing in at 235 pounds, Top G, Joseph Keys.
It is
weighing in at 225 pounds, the Greek God, Papadon.
It was 1 year ago exactly at her debut event in Alexandria, Virginia, where Joseph Keys shocked the world and won the VCW heavyweight title from the board. He does not walk in tonight as the champion, losing the title in a multi-man affair to this man, the immediate previous former champion, the Greek God Papadon. This is the first time that we are seeing Papadon since losing that title. As you can tell, he is in a very foul mood. Papadon spent his entire VCW career attempting to climb Mount Olympus and make his way to the summit, that Virginia Heavyweight Championship, and to have lost it in such dominating fashion to Devontes, our new reigning VCW champion. Well, this is a very dangerous man in a worse mood than usual. We're looking at the two most recent former VCW champions.
Introducing their opponents. First, hailing from Washington, D.C., weighing at 150 pounds, he is the picture-perfect assassin, the sharpest blade, Slade.
It was a year ago here in Alexandria at our debut that this young man also made his VCW debut. The sharpest blade, Slade, stunned the state of Virginia when he went up against Dirty Money. He was the hand-picked opponent of Dirty Money. And in that one night, Slade made an immediate impact, winning over the hearts of the entire VCW fan base. As you can see here, the fastest rising star in VCW. Such a personal relationship between Dirty Money, who we honor today, and so many of these wrestlers, but it's particularly poetic to see Chris Slade in this tournament.
Introducing his tag team partner, hailing from Cockeysville, Maryland, weighing at 190 pounds, all energy, Breaux Keller!
You can hear that ovation for all energy Breaux Keller, Jockzilla, a DMV local favorite, called like I see it, a heartthrob, man of the people, and potentially the winner of the Dirty Money Cup. These teams chosen at random, but you could not pick a team if you tried that would speak more to the heart and enjoyment of this fan base than to put Chris Slade and Breaux Keller together. This is their first time teaming, but between these men there will be no ego, only a celebration of the sport of professional wrestling and the spirit of Dirty Money. Joseph Keys and Papadon, as we said before, represent the two most recent former VCW champions, but also possibly the two biggest egos in this company.
Listen here, tons of fun. You're gonna introduce me correctly. Do you understand? Okay. Introducing the greatest wrestler alive, the Alpha and Omega, and the real BCW heavyweight champion, the Greek God, Papadon! Correction! Former BCW heavyweight champion! Former! That's you! That's you! You held it for one show, I held it for a year!
Well, things are starting off strong between Joseph Keys and Papadon are bedeviling my commentary partner, Brandon Metheny Esquire, and you'd think they might be smarter than to pick a fight with a lawyer, because in the ring, these two are some of the toughest men, but when it comes to society, Brandon Metheny, that law degree, that's what's dangerous.
I do not care for them.
Well, they don't care for you, so I believe...
They don't seem to care for each other either.
No. Things are not starting off smoothly for Joseph Keys and Papadon. As you were ring announcing, I mentioned that they might have the two biggest egos in the company, and that is saying something. That locker room is filled with very big egos.
That's absolutely true, and we've seen them have success in the past, but that was when they had a mutual goal. Now they have a very individual goal, and there's clearly some underlying tension regarding who is the best former VCW heavyweight champion.
Well, there's a lot. Oh, wow,
my
just
goodness.
trucking through Chris Slade. There's a lot of history between all of these men, but as you mentioned, Brandon, Papadon and Joseph Keys you'd initially give the edge to because they have tagged together before, but so far that doesn't really seem to be benefiting them.
There is a phrase, Jason, familiarity breeds contempt, and I think we're seeing that with Keys and Papadon. I think any positivity they had there has completely worn off at this point.
And now we are seeing Breaux Keller against Joseph Keys. These two men, so different, do not get along, do not like each other. We want to talk about familiarity breeding contempt. They are former tag team partners in a tag team known as Seduce and Destroy. Breaux Keller getting two, so they know each other very well. I'll let you guess who was Seduce and who was Destroy.
I'm going to assume Breaux was Seduce.
I also believe that to be the case.
Though I would not say that to Joseph Keys' face. And Breaux Keller trying to keep Joseph Keys guessing and tied in knots here.
This is the third pinning predicament in a row that Breaux Keller has been able to get on Joseph Keys. And right now, it's fair to say that Breaux Keller is out wrestling the top G.
Well, I don't know if you noticed it there, Jason. When Keys ran across the ring, it was just rage.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Another crucifix attempt, and that's the third time that Breaux has almost put Keys away with that move.
But to that point, exactly, we're seeing frustration on Keys' face. He's clearly on his heels right now a little bit and is letting his emotions get the best of him, and that is going to play into Breaux Keller's very fast-paced style.
You want to talk about fast pace? No one faster pace than Chris Slade. He can get you from any direction.
Keys already counted that. Oh, wow, Slade lands on his feet.
Incredible balance on display by Chris Slade. He is the picture-perfect assassin for exactly moments like that. We've seen these two go up against each other, Brandon. It was terribly violent. Joseph Keys literally pulling apart the ring and slamming Chris Slade multiple times on the bare plywood. Oh, no, 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 no!
It was in this very building we saw that happen, and we almost just had something very bad happen.
Well, my life flashed before my eyes, and maybe more important, the life of this equipment. So if you're hearing us, we lived. Chris Slade with the fake out. And all energy, Jockzilla. You know, Breaux Keller comes into this match having torn recently his patella and meniscus, so you see just how badly he wants to win this tournament, that he's willing to take those kinds of risks, Brandon.
Absolutely, and the vertical leap that Breaux Keller had on that was absolutely incredible. He wasn't moving very fast. That was just all pure power in his legs getting over the top rope. Very impressive like Keller.
College All-American track and field athlete, one of the single best vertical leaps in professional wrestling. That's how good he is when he's got a bum leg.
I hate to see how he is when he's healthy. Papadon very smartly grabbing the leg of Chris Slade. All it takes is 1 second to break Slade's momentum, send him to the outside, and folks, this is a cement floor out here. There's no padding at all. Slade's down a bad way. Oh, into the guardrail as well.
And Joseph Keys putting on a show on purpose to distract. 20 years of experience Papadon has, and while these two men do not like each other, Joseph Keys and Papadon are professionals.
Well, and at the moment, they share a goal. And just a rough landing by Slade there, right in the gut. You gotta believe he's sucking wind now. Hard to move like he wants to if he can't breathe.
Well, Joseph Keys told me that he feels this entire tournament is disrespectful to him because he is the obvious torchbearer for Dirty Money. He feels that he was his protege. That is patently absurd and untrue, but that is how Joseph Keys feels. Breaux Keller knocked off the apron.
Well, and not only is it absurd, Jason, but it's even more absurd because the person who actually had that blessing for Dirty Money is in this match. But it's not Joseph Keys, it's Chris Slade.
It's 100% Chris Slade. Now, every member in this match, wait a second, Papadon about to take it. And that is the offense that led Papadon to becoming the VCW heavyweight champion. It was really just his own arrogance that cost him making a impromptu challenge to Devantes, not knowing Devantes was actually cleared to wrestle 4 months early.
Yeah, that's hubris certainly in the best of Papadon there, and he has been furious for the last month.
Well, Papadon will tell you that wrestling is in his blood because the Greeks invented wrestling, but I also think the Greeks invented hubris.
I think that's probably correct, yes. I do believe that is the language of origin for that particular spelling to be word.
So warring priorities inside of Papadon on any day. Look at the incredible athleticism of Chris Slade.
Slade very smartly creating separation there as best he can.
You notice the mass differential between both Papadon and Slade, or Papadon and Keys versus Slade. There's a reason we call Keys the incredible bulk. He just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, and that's why this is such a dangerous position for Slade. He is on the wrong side of the ring, and until a moment ago was in the corner of Papadon and Keys, where he can't use that speed, and he's just going to have their power on display.
And second time that Breaux Keller has gotten knocked to the floor, and we are starting to see the usually calm and collected Breaux Keller lose his cool.
And it's costing his team right now. Slade getting just horribly beaten up. And then by Breaux Keller's inadvertent distraction of the referee.
This is how good Joseph Keys and Papadon work as a team when they don't like each other, imagine if they had the least bit of respect for each other.
No kidding. And have no doubt about it, if they win this match, they will turn each other in a heartbeat in that four-way match later this evening.
That's
but
right.
for now, they are working together very, very well.
As a reminder, this is the first match in the first ever Dirty Money Cup, and the winning team, both members will move on to a fatal four-way later, and so close but so far was Chris Slade from Breaux Keller.
I mean, a fingertip away, so close.
But this isn't horseshoes.
It is not. Referee Ron Mills in excellent position and did not get the tag, and an arrogant cover by Keys there. Doesn't even get one. Just showing what he thinks of Slade right now.
Yeah, to be fair, every cover by Joseph Keys is arrogant. I think everything Joseph Keys does in the ring is arrogant, so that's hard to differentiate.
I suspect the same is true of Papadon's covers, are also all arrogant covers.
Joseph Keys now wisely looking to ground the high flyer. If you can't breathe, you can't get on the top rope.
It's not pretty, it's not fancy, but it's effective. Like you said, Jason, you can't get oxygen.
That's basically
That's
Joseph Keys, right?
That's true, yeah. But it's effective. That's what matters. The man was almost a year-long champion.
Got to be very frustrating for Joseph Keys to walk into this building where he won that VCW heavyweight title with nothing around his waist, nothing to immediately show for it.
Well, that's why he's so determined to walk out with that Dirty Money Cup chain around his neck tonight.
That's absolutely right. Joseph Keys, that forearm across the chin, adding insult to injury. Keys doing a wonderful job positioning Chris Slade in the center of the ring. Slade incapable right now of getting to those ropes and breaking the hold.
Well, he's got him completely grounded, so he'd have to get Keys' entire mass off of him to even have a chance to get to the corner. A very tall task.
But the thing about Chris Slade, he can come at you from any direction, in all directions. No one is more innovative on offense than Papadon.
That's that veteran experience right there, Jason.
Not by the skin of the teeth, by the ring of the belt. And no matter what, it seems that Chris Slade is just one moment away. Is this the moment? And no, it's not.
Oh, Papadon very smartly, knowing he couldn't stop Slade, so he pulls Keller off the apron. Very, very heads-up wrestling right there.
That could have been the last opportunity that Slade gets, because it is effectively 2-on-1 right now, and Slade has taken a serious beating. Breaux Keller really losing his cool.
Yeah, he needs to get back out. He needs to give Slade a chance, and in order for that to happen, referee Ron Mills has got to turn around.
Chris Slade trying to fight two men off at once, and he is able to do so.
Combination neckbreaker DDT, I believe. Whatever it is, enough to put down Keys and Papadon. Slade has got to make the tag now. This is his moment.
An astonishing reversal of fortunes for Chris Slade, but it all depends on him doing, yes he can! Breaux Keller, all energy in the ring.
A boot to Papadon's face.
Look at that extension.
Yeah, I mean, those long limbs that Keller has are just such a weapon. He can hit you from such a distance, and he is rocking and rolling.
Been calling Breaux Keller matches in the state of Virginia, specifically Northern Virginia, for nearly 10 years now, and I've said it once, I'll say it 100 times. This guy's got top guy potential in any territory he enters.
Oh, and he moved out of the way, and Keys hit Papadon. This match has turned around just so fast.
That's because if you want to talk about speed, you got to talk about Breaux Keller and Chris Slade, crossbody. Keller deciding to give up the pin in order to make sure Papadon couldn't interfere, and looking for that gutter butter. Can he hit it? He gets it, gutter butter!
And right on the ribs of Papadon, a very nasty landing. This could be it.
Joseph Keys was in position to put Papadon's feet on the ropes. That does break the count.
And Chris Slade, I think, just broke Joseph Keys. What a dive to the outside.
That's after Slade has taken so much punishment. What is this incredible young man made of? Are we gonna see a second gutter butter?
I mean, this is the moment for Keller and Slade. They need to get this done.
First time teaming. Are they showcases of creativity?
Stomp to the back of the head into a Death Valley driver. This could be it right here.
But Joseph Keys in at the last moment.
Basically just fell on them. He is clearly not all here right now, living on Dream Street, enough to break up the pin, but Keys in a bad way.
And remember, the winner of these matches has to fight later this evening, so it is to the benefit of all these men to end this quickly because they are suffering terrible torment, and they're going to have to go at it later if they win.
Absolutely. There are only a few matches between this match and the finals Dirty Money Cup. They need that energy in a desperate, desperate way.
After all this punishment, your prize is just to get beaten and battered even more later this evening.
But the prize at the end of that makes it all worth it.
Gotta hope that these men have enough left later to give in that final. Is
just so much happening here, Jason. I'm not even sure what to look at. Potential DDTs here from Keys and from Papadon.
Stereo offense by Joseph Keys and Papadon.
This crowd does not appreciate that, but this is how you win this match.
Nothing would deflate this audience quicker than to see the combination of Joseph Keys and Papadon move on to the finals.
It would certainly be a downer way to begin our evening here.
But you see that, pointing to the heavens, even these two malcontents had such great respect for Dirty Money, a man who united this locker room. They want to get to the finals to win this Dirty Money Cup.
Looking at Doomsday Device here. Classic move, one of the most dangerous moves in tag team wrestling. This has got to be it.
Papadon has the cover, but Breaux Keller able to get that shoulder up.
I understand Papadon's frustration, but they got to stay on this. Slade is still down, Keller is hurt, and it's falling apart.
These two have to keep on the same page. They've been doing a really good job putting their egos to the side, but now I gotta give both Papadon and Joseph Keys credit. They get in each other's faces, and then they do put aside their differences just long enough to put on a beating.
They somehow keep finding a way to make it work. I keep thinking it's not going to, but it just does somehow. And going for another Doomsday Device here, it looks like.
This time they're going up against the lighter Chris Slade. It's very possible. Wait a second! What a counter by Chris Slade!
Phenomenal counter by Slade, flipping out of the way there. A kick to the back of Papadon's head. Keys definitely did the worst of that.
This is
Sling Blade.
I don't know who put in the Konami code, but this is combination offense worthy of a video game. Chris Slade is basically what happens if you just mash all the buttons over and over again.
But sometimes on big foot being mashed into your face is all you need. Incredible athleticism by Slade there. Papadon stuck on the top rope, got his bell rung.
Not just athleticism, it's resilience and toughness. No one has been hurt more in this match than Slade, but Keys protecting Papadon, grabbing the leg.
Keys and Papadon showing remarkable tag team cohesion here at times.
It comes down to experience, it comes down to focus. If these two men can focus on their opponents and not each other, this may go to the former VCW champions. I mean, think about it. The two most recent former VCW champions together, they could be unstoppable.
Oh no, it's Spike Pile Driver. Oh, that's got to be it. That Slade's not moving.
Not just end this match, but possibly, wait!
Oh, Keller very smartly pushing Keys into Papadon, breaking up the cover nonetheless.
But is it a handicap match now? Is there anything left? Is the neck okay on Chris Slade? If Slade and Breaux Keller are going to win this match, it's because they take advantage of these moments of differing opinion. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things.
Strong difference of opinion at this point.
A defist of opinions, perhaps.
Sure. Anyways, they're saying a lot with their fists more than their words at this point.
Oh.
They had been managed to just put aside their differences, but their egos could not hold.
It's a shame because they clearly had the advantage. And another move on Slade or Keller could have won this match, but it has fallen apart for the former champions.
And this is not a disqualification situation because those men are literally on each other's team.
Believe it or not, folks, they really are. A knee to Papadon's face, a boot to Keys, and suddenly Keller and Slade are firmly in control.
Bro job!
And Slade is ready to rock and roll to finish this here.
Is this the end? Was that infighting going to be the fall of Joseph Keys and Papadon? Tandem! Everybody's feeling froggy here in Northern Virginia.
Here are your winners, advancing to the final on the Dirty Money Cup, Breaux Keller and Chris Slade.
Your first two men moving on to the finals. Chris Slade and Breaux Keller. They better go ice. They better go stretch. They better get ready because they are going to do battle against each other and two other men later tonight. In honor of Dirty Money, we had the honor and tragedy of calling the very last match Dirty Money competed in. It was very, very personally meaningful for both you and me, Brandon, to be here to celebrate Dirty Money, and I'm thrilled that Breaux Keller and Chris Slade are going to move on to the finals and work to carry on his memory by becoming the first ever winner of the Dirty Money Cup.
Absolutely. Tonight is all about Dirty Money. These two men will honor his legacy in a great way in the final Dirty Money Cup coming up very, very soon this season.